Hi, everybody. I'm Laura. I know you haven't seen me in a while because I have another YouTube channel that I use like all the time. That would be my Delusion to Speller channel. Anyway, I'm on here today to tell you about intermittent fasting, which I've done in the past, but I've recently decided to start doing again because it is extremely effective with weight loss goals and endeavors. So I want to talk to you though, because some people they'll talk about intermittent fasting, they'll say how to do it, they'll lightly touch on what it actually does and what it is and how it helps. But I want to get into, with the help of this Fastic app, which you can download for free on your phone, by the way. It tells you exactly what happens every few hours that you're doing it. I'm the type of person, as I've said on my other channel many times, I don't just tell you to do something. I want to tell you how to do it. But I also want to tell you why you're doing it. And I think sometimes if we have a why behind things, we're more likely to stick with it. Now, I lost about, I think, 10, 12 pounds doing Noom. And then I stopped Noom because I didn't feel like paying the money for it, and I didn't have the money to pay for it anyway. So I thought, what can I do to continue my weight loss progress? My goal is to be 120 pounds. I started out the Noom journey over 200 pounds. I'm down to 190. Um, I say 190 ish because it keeps bouncing from 190 to 191 to 192 back down to 190, or it was doing that. Now I'm doing intermittent fasting. I'm hoping to see better results with this. I do know I have a lot more energy in the fasted state when I'm not eating. I feel clearer in my mind where I can focus on what I'm doing. I'm an Instacart shopper, so I have to always have my, as they say, wits about me. I have to know what I'm shopping for. I have to know the cost of things, sort of, get people the best deals. It's pretty much spelled out on the phone app, but it's good to have your brain cells in full function when you're doing. Okay, there we go. I might freeze on here. I don't know why that happens, but it does. So I'll try to stop talking if it freezes. All right. Okay, so let's talk about what happens right after you eat that very last meal. Now, for me last night, my last meal came at 9 o'clock p.m. because my husband got off of work and we were running around doing more shops and we didn't get home till late. So, and right now I'm drinking water because that's what you need to do in between fasting. You have to drink lots of water. Um, I know we might not like water. Sometimes I'll flavor it with this stevia sweetener flavoring stuff, but not all the time. Sometimes I just want water. And this is water, plain old water. I've had about a cup of it this morning already. I woke around, I don't know, 7:30, whatever, started drinking my water. All right, so after you eat the last meal, what happens? The digestion process begins. You're going to be digesting those carbohydrates. They're going to go into your bloodstream as glucose, which is sugar. You know that. This will make your sugar level go up and rise, and it will make your body start producing insulin. Now, let's talk about insulin a little bit. First of all, insulin starts the absorption of the blood sugar into the tissues so that you have energy immediately after eating. It also stores that energy, which means that, let's see what this says here. So you don't want to eat extra carbohydrates and sugar because if you do, that is what leads to diabetes and other problems in your body. But you want it to go from glucose stored into glycogen. This is called glycogenesis. This is a natural process. What you don't want is to eat too much of that so that it doesn't get stored properly and instead goes to fat storage. All right, I think that's how it is anyway. I'm not any type of dietitian, disclaimer here. Not a dietitian, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just someone reading a Fastic application from my phone. All right. So glycogen gets stored in your liver and your muscles, and then it's released when you need energy again. Once these storage areas get full, then it goes into your fatty tissue. Hence why when you eat too much sugar, you end up fat. Like me yesterday eating those brownies that I didn't need to eat. Well, not those brownies, but even a bite of a brownie when I'm trying to fast or even during my eating window. I need to watch that stuff because that will hinder my fasting. All right, that's why I try to have a cheat day only on a Saturday. And sometimes I don't listen to my own good advice and I eat sweets during the week, which is not helpful when you're trying to lose weight. Okay. After 3 hours, so you've eaten your meal, all this digestion thing is happening, the glucogenesis is happening. 3 hours later, insulin is going to take that glucose in the blood to your cells and your tissues. And therefore, the glucose will drop down and the blood sugar levels go down. Now, sometimes you feel this in extremes, and that is when you have what's called hypoglycemia, I believe. And I have had that problem in the past. I don't have that problem when I'm doing intermittent fasting at all, ever. The blood sugar stays normal. I feel great all day. I never have a headache. I don't feel shaky, jittery, starving, none of that when I'm intermittent fasting. Okay, while the hormone insulin is circulating around the body, the cells are getting ready to absorb energy. During this time, fat is not used as your primary source of energy. Now, your body switches into energy production from fat once the glucose is gone. It's totally used up. And the glycogen reserves are also used up in the body. All right. Next. 9 hours after that last meal. So a few hours later, after the food was digested, and the body stopped producing the insulin, then there's a resting period. This is when you don't want to be eating, by the way. 9 hours after your last meal, you want to give your body that time to rest. But it's not going to be a long time because pretty soon your organs and everything are still consuming that energy. Then there's glucagon that comes into effect. So as soon as the blood sugar level goes down, glucagon comes in and it releases the previously stored glycogen back into the bloodstream again. Now your blood sugar level stays constant and your energy supply comes into play. Probably when you feel like super, super good, if you're awake. Um, I'm asleep by that time, I'm pretty sure. 9 hours after my last meal, let me think. I think that's when I'm just getting up, like probably this morning. Sometimes I sleep in, so I might still be sleeping. Okay, 11 hours after your last meal, your body needs energy, and even the energy reserves from the previously stored glycogen are exhausted. So now you get to go to your fat reserves. Now, they say the average calorie supply of an adult person in fat reserves is about 80,000 calories. So, in order to get your body to tap into these reserves, your body starts making fat burning hormones. There's 6 hormones listed: growth hormone, IGF, glucagon, testosterone, adrenaline, and T3. These are the hormones that are going to perform the fat metabolism, which is what you want. That's how you're losing the weight. All right, 12 hours after your last meal, which is why they say to do like a longer fast if you can, longer than like what they call the 16-8. You can do a little bit longer, maybe 20, a little bit longer. Who knows? You can go up to, I think, 24 hours on a fast. You got to be careful though. Make sure you check with your doctor before beginning this or any other program or doing any of these things I'm talking about or trying to implement them in any way, shape, or form. All right. So, After the lipid metabolizing hormones set to work, giving your body the new energy, then ketone bodies are produced as a byproduct of fat burning. These are fatty acid molecules that happen when the fat is broken down. They provide energy to your heart, your brain, and all other vital organ systems, which is why you can think so well when you're in the fasted state. So if I were to go out and do a shop right now for Instacart, I would be really with it. I'd be really paying attention to what's going on. I will be watching that I'm not too close to other people because of the whole 6 foot safety rule right now. I would be making sure that I have my keys with me, which is important because I tend to lock my keys in the car when I'm not thinking straight. I would make sure that I average the right amount of bags if it's like at Aldi's and I have to choose the bags for the customer. Um, I would make sure that I'm in the right aisles for the foods. I would be very sharp and very cognitively in tune right now, this 12 hours after the last meal. All right. So that's why it's important that during that time I do not eat. I won't eat today until about 1 o'clock p.m. That's my plan. It's already 8:28. I feel pretty good. I'm a little bit shaky only because my body still has not gotten used to the fact that we don't do breakfast at first time we wake up, first thing in the morning. My body's not happy about that right now, but it's not like nagging me going, you have to eat, you're going to starve to death or whatever. Because I got my water here. I'm filling up on the water, and that's enough. So, and once I get busy, I don't even think about food anyway. I don't have time. I got really worried when I first started this job. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not home. I don't have food with me. I got to eat. And then I realized I got so busy I didn't even think about eating. And before I knew it, hours had gone by. And then I was getting home and I was like, well, gee, maybe I should eat now. No, I'm not really hungry. I'll wait an hour. And it naturally happens where you can put it off and you don't notice it, honestly. All right. So ketones are the ones that activate your nerve cells and your intellectual thinking capacity, and they form new brain cells, brain stem cells. That is why we are very productive and concentrated during this time. Okay, 14 hours after your last meal. Let's see. Autophagy happens. Now, I've definitely felt this experience, and this is a wonderful feeling. It just basically means that your cells are processing themselves. They are renewing themselves. There's something called a misfolded protein, which is your old cells. They're recycled during this time, and they're completely new cells. You get new cells during your fasting time. So stay fasted as long as you can. You know, don't kill yourself doing it. Don't wear yourself out or whatever. Listen to your body. It'll tell you when it's time to eat. So now your body's basically doing a whole cleanup job. Your cells are becoming more efficient, and the life of those cells is prolonged along with your life. That keeps your health going, keeps you alive and healthy and well. So, just to show you, the thing froze again. This shows you how long I've been fasting from here to here to here to here. And it shows you with the body filling up. It's up to my neck now. So if I go a few more hours, the fat burning process is happening. So, anyways, I just wanted to tell you how that all works. And hopefully that gave a little bit of insight if you're trying to intermittent fast. I'm not sure I have my chat on where people can actually come in and talk with me. But if I do and nobody has, that's fine. You can watch this later. It'll be up on my channel. Okay, so I will see you next time I have something to say about weight loss, etc. As of yet, I just started this, so I'm not going to tell you I've had any magnanimous amount of weight loss because I haven't. I'm just getting used to it. My body's just adapting to this new way of living. I was watching a guy today. I think it's Thomas DeLauer. saying that you shouldn't, if you're a vegetarian, you shouldn't fast every day. You should only fast a few days a week and then eat regular. No, 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 no. I'm doing it every day until I see the benefits. Maybe once my body is more adapted to it and I feel like it's starting to hold on to fat or hold on to weight, then I might do what Thomas DeLauer said and taper off on the fasting days a little bit and not do it every single day. But for now, I'm doing it daily to get my body into that fat burning mode. If I think I need to change it up, I will, like I do everything. All right. Anyhow, good to see everybody or nobody or whatever. And I will see you on the next video. Have a great and blessed, safe day, everybody. See you soon.